Honorable Atuforsen. And some of the Babato Jano, the Tofabo ABA, they say, Omo allocating a year 110 million cedis. Or see, I know Omo Kwako share a year 24-hour economy, no, able into 24-hour economy program, no, 110 million cedis, and Omo allocating over the air Kwako share. Or Kwadim actually will say 2.2 billion cedis, and Omo allocating, and now somewhere year over the Kwako share a year Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Tiano, Sika 2.2 billion Ghana cedis and the Eco Food and Agriculture Ministry. After such name say about the 245 million cedis Eco share and Kokon Kitinkete and livestock program into 245 million cedis. About the Eco share and Kokon Kitinkete program now. I think it's a Wednesday and a President Mahama Eba Asante Mantemha and also Omo Ebe launche sa project no ewa. Furthermore, also 15.2 billion cedis eco energy sector shortfalls. It Omo allocated 15.2 billion cedis for the energy sector shortfalls. I don't know a 4.8 billion cedis. Omo di tua a year IPP legacy debts nibi. Omo di tua sa IPP legacy debts no. Sika 4.8 billion cedis near Ekoye no. And no more search 4.3 billion cedis. And no ministry for roads and highways construction. 4.3 billion cedis misiso for roads and highways construction. He further went on and also quoted him continue say 3 billion cedis. Says he came so much and that's all more allocated at the core road maintenance trust fund emu na omo de ayeye ya kwani bi in 166 constituencies and you say a year sika 3 billion cedis there for 10-kilometer roads I won 166 constituencies no afifu fra ye be remu no and also 3.8 billion on the Abayano. 30 billion cedis on the Koshe a year big push program and almost your ABA country no into the Sika 30 billion cedis a Koshe a year big push program no and I feel the cracker also 33.3 billion cedis a Ministry of Education for a year obu programs the activities are Ombeye into 33.3 billion cedis and on a Ministry of Education for obu programs and activities. Now quickly, and a minority also a NPP for a press conference. Former Finance Minister Mohammed Amin Adam and we sinkuya na the top of Bunyana say enra budget statement Atuforsen ebekin kan ye no chese enya dia edidaso bia ewu budget statement no and transformation chese enya dia ebesesa bibia na bebi no ochire mu se ene ye cedis ya omusi o cedi to dollar ne ma koye eno no ochire mu se na sika pudia NDC for a pompi ediagum foreign exchange interventions awra omo ayen and kasidi in Kenya baby say jinanio or think say ba 8 cedis to the dollar and kasika the foreign exchange interventions awra omo ayen sikobo de remu kase cedi by now ya can dollar to a year cedi and kay 8 cedis crack kase them 8 cedis but baby and them no proud still who they say cedi no you weak na yanhwe wait there quickly nana kwame mesle eye Mohammed Amin Adam press conference no fatu sumam ye den yentie.
We were expecting that this budget would deliver hope and positive direction to our economy following a year of inactivity. Unfortunately, it is another budget used to apportion blame to the MPP government, the previous MPP government, and thus neglect the responsibility of the NDC government to the people of Ghana. As a responsible minority, we have chosen to present a constructive alternative view to the budget, which was more or less another litany of initiatives they do not intend to implement. Gradually, the people of Ghana will come to terms with this government's mastery of propagating empty slogans and yet delivering nothing. The 2026 budget is presented under the theme Resetting for Growth, Jobs and Economic Transformation. It builds on recent macroeconomic stability which began under the MPP government. The trajectory for a return to single-digit inflation, improved reserves, and early signs of recovery in the non-oil GDP sector was expected. And we have known this since a year ago when the MPP left government. And these were due to the policies the previous MPP government implemented. As we have said in the past, the NDC has not initiated any new strategic policy to drive these developments. They have simply stuck to script developed by the MPP with the IMF 2 years ago when we negotiated the ECF IMF program. We were expecting that this budget would deliver hope and positive direction to our economy following a year of inactivity. Unfortunately, it is another budget used to apportion blame to the MPP government, the previous MPP government, and thus neglect the responsibility of the NDC government to the people of Ghana. As a responsible minority, we have chosen to present a constructive alternative view to the budget, which was more or less another litany of initiatives they do not intend to implement. Gradually, the people of Ghana will come to terms with this government's mastery of propagating empty slogans and yet delivering nothing. The 2026 budget is presented under the theme Resetting for Growth, Jobs and Economic Transformation. It builds on recent macroeconomic stability which began under the MPP government. The trajectory for a return to single-digit inflation, improved reserves, and early signs of recovery in the non-oil GDP sector was expected. And we have known this since a year ago when the MPP left government. And these were due to the policies the previous MPP government implemented. As we have said in the past, the NDC has not initiated any new strategic policy to drive these developments. They have simply...
I just want to remind all of us that yesterday a tragedy struck Ghana at the Elwak Sports Stadium. And I'm really speaking with a heavy heart as I speak on this issue, because young men and young women went to look to try to get a job. And in the process, 6 young ladies, only ladies, lost their lives tragically yesterday. My deepest condolences on my own behalf and on behalf of the party to the families. They are grieving, their loss is very deep, and we don't know even what words we can offer to give them some comfort. But our deepest condolences on my behalf and on behalf of the New Patriotic Party to all the families who have sadly lost very dear ones. I think that the lesson in all of this that we can tell is that the military should review their processes for recruitment so that we can look at more modern techniques, apply some technology in the selection of these recruits. I think these are some of the lessons that we should learn so that something like this does not happen again. But for those we have lost, may their souls rest in perfect peace. Amen.
these are some of the excerpts yabo ede achro. But yes, bre yen ko eye nsem no so prekwen.
Elia na wo kasa me tese wo kan bibi fa MPP say what's it the bempo top down approach.
Yeah.
You see, that is where the problem is. And yet top down
top but all the
other yes I mean and yet factually correct.
Oh, okay. Chirami mu. Oh yeah.
And you're factually correct. But you the first person that walk. And the people
normally no. Yeah, they will say your shots ye free and get to ma by pem normally. Flag bearer at the end of the area. What you say? And at this time around, yes, you call it the other way round. If I'm not mistaken, and that's a minimum point I'll make.
Okay, I mean,
say you call the flag bearer no air shots, you know. And I'm about to no top bottom approach.
Okay.
Top bottom. Unless it be a one. So you tell me the
so
and you're correct.
At the current time, make us say technically, sadly, and you're correct because party no foundation is during we.
Okay.
Senka abase ye ni polling station executives and the coordinators, constituency executives and the regional executives and the national. And a key send for fraud ya. And a kika say for flag bearer first and the kaka send a top down approach.
Okay.
By see na ya start ya kofa flag bearer first no. Foundation or one as any.
Yes, I will.
It how do you say a top down approach because the foundation is still there.
It will still go the same way.
Foundation no that's what that. It no say no share MPP say mu a flag bearer pan yini. What you say? Wo share MPP say mu a flag bearer pan yini. It is
others bibia
intact. Obia time nsoin, obia 10 no enso obia yin adwuma. Obia de be so somewhere July and I think August also. Enti no enso in the year. Near the be kan ho. How do you say a top down approach? As if say ye organize a party no for fro. And na ye ko start finity asie ni ho. It's a na atua baby afa na be pass for the aba but asie koso no nyina obi a wo ho etipe na ani ho it can't be top down approach. It can't be obi a opeso debate bia e be ka ho asem
bibia e wo ne eda disagree say bia friend top
I disagree because I'm going to say technically e ka say top down one bibia ni ho ye be ebia executives nyina ekọ eti ye be hye ne foforo eti ebi ni ho na afemu so en ye nkoto national first asana beto regional asana beto constituency ne se no top down no
yeah
the team said that ho bibia asase petezu o ba say die si eto aba ni wie 31st January na woni hom na be yadwuma national chairman ho and national chairman ho national executives ni ho regional ni ho constituency ni ho so how can you say a top down approach any top down approach
aside that bibia
sign now we are only going to elect a flag bearer to complement the whole architecture afenasi etiesi a wa wo 10 na be so no motem no so a na moko na ni wana ba motem no so a na iboko na ni wana ba sanity enti enye technically speaking no enye top down approach and go forward adwefo for some the so called top down approach you not go for insist on calling it top down approach but it is not true enye correct and go for adwen say top down approach dia and yanko for bi me shanko for bi so sanity.
And yes, I me who no.
But I go for who no.
And in a way, the and yes, I be honest. Last week, now they make rounds a year. Yeah, Papa Richard Anani. Now, MKB as answer we are carry flag bearer, dear name Croniba. But no, so as a who problem. This and Kepa Yankee, this a codicil. Not necessary, but can this a codicil be a problem? Be a walker and no say a baby shim. Say your couturier be a more victim. I say, as Sanko always say, your dear reader, but. When you say be a cap problems now we pinpoint in the area.
You see, I quite say uko pra enwambu yesi emanwa ni nwane na wo bie door no to bie gate na to ho enwa ni nyina adwane oba ya door na fra obetum enwa ne we so moko etiwe die eye chabubu ehu hia
but there woka say be what problem inti na ma ba ne sa no inti na be robo inside
awo
but problem the be na wo hu de say akwa top but minim say be ade no
dabio see enkofo wo perception bi ti said de woka Dr. Rich Dana ne de no wono so perception and say and I say yakofo bi superstructure bia besi so na esisu wie say pa no ma ba be hunu ankofo wa ase sanity Anyasa and democracy money you can't satisfy everybody.
I think we've gone past that.
Oh yeah, and they said
perception.
Oh,
say
minimum
me the assemblies.
So you're Christian.
We are Christian.
Me must be Christian, but must be committed this. We disagree on one or two things, even in Christianity. Doesn't mean we are not Christians.
No.
And you know, when disagreement is there, we don't say friction. We took car. So we trick car. Let's say baby a glass and a hair tra. So to say you train. Who want to go there? No. I did not tiny struggle. Say ubenya bibi a chi na akonanim. It's friction. The yapa we are see. And in a democracy, any society group biano, who here said facing a crack rana, multimedia, a fine tinuniama.
But go now, young quiet him, Yasha here with party matters. Say no dear a few weeks and I can just say a quacoto, a flag bearers, Eddie. Like I say, Oshima December, the chantabuna, January ended year quacoto. So far, how far? With a year flag bearer see a yob campaign say wait them ha say enna what actually who said yema echo so far within the NPP maybe try a year flag bearer contest well contest the idea beba but for me Bruni say it is what it is me sure say party be change the leadership me sure the mehu the matie political history cracking kind and say so would this political decision be be take say the we are sabrabo nyina city na I remember say 2023 e ba no mo bon toa presidential prime minister no me ko okra constituency na me ko adukrum Edukrum Presby na the venerable Dambuchi. Yes, the constituency no. Enti umukushia wo nti Presby asore dem na ura Dambuchi by no kasa no say won wodi party na chiache pa na party na aba beye like a living being na party no ewusunsun edi scientific nke se be yi panimu adi party na nimu a party no sunsun eti party no sunsun emuvu di enipa bi achi na wono asa 2023 no wo sha na party no sunsun nyina atu adi nipa ba ko achi na atu adi owura Dr. Bawumia achi asa 2023 eti de obeye bia Dr. Bawumia was going to win the 2023 primaries. Miss Bidi many did it, the many was a party in soon in the spread in the year to the nation as a sign. Now, MPP primary song. Minimum how Wayana delegates no. So, what said the moon or more dream minimum. You could feel it. Yeah.
What to me, what to me, I didn't say in the party they pay. Mama, typical example, a brand near quarter malikoton. Yeah, I say 2012 na. I think it's 2012. Yeah, quarter mali. Eko yi national executives. Urapola Foko ne engineer Kobreje Japan. Me I will say that it is. Yeah, ko primaries no. Na me support Urapola Foko. That time na me jide Urapola Foko was the most suitable candidate as national chairman. Na me support engineer Kobreje Japan. Na ye koye me ko ya wada me dru ho ya wada no na me hwe mu the watermelon wonam krom ho nyina wo hu ade ne se ade no eye polafoko dia wo sa ade no eye community Japan dia. Interestingly Nana Akufo-Addo wan support polafoko Nana Akufo-Addo wan support Engineer Community Japan ba me go na sabidi akon forever me support Nana Akufo-Addo till now me call no me try from say me Akufo-Addo boy that's at that time come me penasem Nana Akufo-Addo we MPP ni pa na say we are brand here now we person look up to obi na ma wo dey politics na say Akufo-Addo na minim
the charismatic
look at business. I mean his oratory skills. Oh no, you can't have it anyway. To me support Nana Akufo-Addo. Party delegates in almost support Nana Akufo-Addo. But they didn't like Nana Akufo-Addo's choice as national chairman and then with Sir John as general secretary. Na party is spread in to the polafoko echi and Engineer Community Japan echi. Me wo ho me hwese there then incumbent general secretary Sir John.
Yeah.
What painting kwan wo bre na Sir John e kam wo Tamale Sports Stadium. Me na areho. General secretary. Ya polafoko fai. And na Community Japan engineer ono so fai. E ko see the e de koy. But the person me chene say party no sunsum ne tudi ni pa bi achi a wo ye den. Oboa. Ka do beka. Do ye do beye. Sanity. Sunsum ne tudi Dr. Bawumia 2023 no. Me spiritualist and as sunsum no you don't need to have spiritual eye and as that you just need to have political eye and political ears. Na she me who said that we did Dr. Bawumia. However, there no question no. And sembi koso akeke e hadwen. Na me man say dem hu 1998 kese e wo Sunyani. I read it. The 1998 dia koso a enei ubusa mpanifo no be kan say asem as obi kan ya na eye obi ya pa that time kwani NTB dan say ura GH Mensa en na konta GH Kufuor eko contest no ka che GH Kufuor say banchi dada yemfa nkodwa so me ye no buga how offensive is it say no person na offensive but that time it was very offensive ebesi ne 2025 we umi uka so obi say dan recall it enema boni e course that time na de meka yi me just bitime nyi nipa amo aka ba miensa aka de meka yi hu ese no ade de bitime say de course no ye wie ye no Engineer Community Japan 98 virtually the campaign manager for Nana Akufo-Addo ye wie ye election ya je Akufo win ye 2000 elections je Akufo ni win general elections one wa ye the press secretary Kwabena Japan, who was virtually the campaign manager for the Nana Akufo-Addo. And one way Attorney General, Nana Akufo-Addo. Minya, key positions. So one trust will be. Se nipa kono ni buo mapamam. Se wonso ni buo mapamano. Se woni ni mujidie and believe in his competencies and in the discipline and in the so we trustworthy mawa. Untimi finance o general secretary. Sabi pedo asa. Omo koye exams. And I could be Japan with defense and exams and common entrance. And I was what I want to say is before that join the Kung for airpoint to be Japan. So man quay exam. Yaga so be our application, but I'm on quay interview exams. But President for saw something good in Community Japan. Second 98. 98. Community Japan. ADD President Kufuor then candidate Kufuor. I can't say ya treno. Do you think Senka 2000 elections now President Kufuor winning and come back Japan? Second Nana Akufo-Addo emana no tra ni nua panyin John de Kufuor ke kan sem basa to no so. Do you think he say no matter how competent Nana Akufo-Addo was, no matter how overly qualified Nana Akufo-Addo was, Kufuor was not under any obligation. Yeah. He was not under any compulsion to make Nana Akufo-Addo as the friend is saying Attorney General. Me boy. Why the better in BB? Why for Nana Akufo-Addo
president? You no person.
Why for Nana Akufo-Addo as Attorney General? Obetima kasaka kra but enkusiaga. But no would you deal with Nana Akufo-Addo me say when Nako contest. But Nana Akufo-Addo answered that man no wanta. Politics mudie said Dr. Blanchard can I say. Ya and go for bema small jabs big akra but jabs no montomobo. Jab and your punch.
Yeah.
jab enye punch sa wo hwe boxing na wo sa no mo yisi kakra what kitikiti ya wo man jab say ya no ni so say encounter but the same for jabs na your punches for convert omo jabs no to punches knockout and say knockout and for 10 jabs to punches and omo ye below the belt. I said no more hit below the belt. Yeah, you careful lah. You be 31st no. Now if including even the winner, no money na the ICU. Intensive care unit. No more da kolebu. Because look, anyhow you look at it, and why anyhow you look at it no. The moment we be say or person contest as flag bearer no. Edian want to support peace. Dr. Bawumia will support base. Oramo Kere Japan will support base. Dr. Bre Champo will support base. Engineer Kobre Japan will support base. Dr. Oseya Oduchum second kufo will support base. Enti why you careful now? Bob punches after punch you jabs now about bear punches and about below the belt the year. Msu be no be at the ICU. Why the be carry part in the yako? It's here careful. Yalucha Menije who said Nana Akufo-Addo, former president. Nana Akufo-Addo, in terms of politics, he has seen it all. Yeah. What has he? Yeah. He has seen it all. There's nothing in politics in Ghana. Nana Akufo-Addo and what friend almost say, you business like breakfast. You made him come money and share a holiday and penny combo. Ubi any mukoma a course or ewo. By me, did say a party unity. Into more years adian. Nti omo pie ba ye no. Na ka wi nyina expect say kasa e be koso abonten ene ade no ebeye de cross ama emfa papa mu ntitimu wantwi emma. But still now I continue to urge the former president President Akufo Nana Akufo-Addo say omo koso no mo nkasa. Ye launching Patriotic Institute, Accra, party headquarters. President Akufo ne buy as guest speaker. Dan Papa ne kasaima. Papa Akufo. Wasi baby, mesa baba wasi ye kokumasi. Ye fieti basim ene fra Accra e kokumasi. Wasi bi kwadi na TCT so. Ehun hia so be pemasem. Yeah. Ehun hia so be madamfo. Na mom ye nyina ye go ultimately ni say ye bedu kumasi safely. Enti semete won China mehu se uko bie glass wa bonu a ese me stop because ye ntimi nu kumasi asomdwe mu. Yeah. Sanity. Enye obi ehun hia so bia pe obi asem. Ehun hia se be namfo but ye ultimately go ni say a party ni ye party vehicle ba ko ni nyina ye tim. Eti ye be na kakra de na ye pe the ultimate is power. Kakra nyina be tima support ye ho na wakwaji tumi de free NDC say because anybody don't know say MPP are better managers of the economy. Enti no say ya amwa ye ho amatumi ama na ye na disappoint Ghana for ne ye ho. President Akufo kan wa say what say who party what say yeah say they see ya boy abrabo no wujiri say we engineer we say be a medical doctor we re baako wa wo baako obi ti gate wo so friend watchman and security one wa wonsia wo na yiremye mienu enkwa no obi adi 18 years and above ye koto aba enipa na watu gate wujiri say wummu no okuta 8 votes wa wo ye engineer no why medical doctor na wo da wo so middle class person we elite no we re baako ba baako oba no ko bi ko san ko school abrochiri na ka mu mienu pe it akwe 8 against 2. When the determine who becomes the leader, who governs the country. One more bonten no. Ya wujiri se wumu wo no. Eti afa buoma wo bia. Look, politics, political party ehia obia numbers. To the extent say flag bearer akura mpo vote e ba akopedie. Na wo bia odi 18 years. Won twa tax da. Wono nso ne vote eye 1. Yeah, count to one only vote no the flag bearer and vote as 1-1 the year. Ye fe bu man ho nim. Outside the nim, inside the sinim. Hwe business a ba wi ase ni ade nyina. Eto bia nsadwa ase. so be say dwase boys ti to no mo na adwumba baba kutim e ba we tim se no mo ka bo se ba ko se wo de wabodam waso de wabodam waso de win the maker no afomo kona na odi hu nkomo adbedi be 2 weeks na wasa abo ade no so biem afo de waso obi abodam no won so ja ase wo ka di yanwi hu yi ebia be agwa bo se bosumi nsia chi no ba ko no se de yenfa buku ne ntwro what I say afo mba hwe dream ni se netie but sika we fa me ko no we oh yenu ba ko no wa se no ye ne ka obi tin kakra de aba ne yenhwe sa bo wa se ne ko ye be wi akire no na adwuma no eso chen dia wo first na adwene body team and do the supporting do this sika ko be so mu no na adwuma po outgrow them na se me ko so pon baby at UGCC me pictures no wa me ba cho so pon ho na at UGCC MPP grassroots MPP root ye Tracy e ko pie sa afie ho me ba cho sa afie no na di president in the name of MPP da Selfie no omomma abusuafo no selfie no musa tie no abusuafo na wo pa grant fa ho anim no party ni ema position mo kai o mana do they make noise papa mem papa me say bi anti bi tie me mem papa no we teacher we film ma me so teacher ma me do da so tias me take at say at the time I was secondary school me papa enipa na wonimu na ye kase ni mu odu ya ni position so pa wo Ghana no ebe na regional director of education ebe na regional director of education but I can tell you say Drew baby I me started through MPP quantity no at least minim president Kufu send Kufa do hu ni me but Bawumia me send a message or respond to me frame me it is ka papa ti ase na e kana ni beji say me metimi akosoro it is a one wote political party na mo ye 5 na say Drew baby na akwakoye 2 million na ma woni nyisa ye danyame ase se dua baketwa na ye dua ye no e na ababaye onyina ababaye odum tree e na si ho e na eso nuaba na obi atibidi ma woni don't call them strangers, don't call them outsiders. Latter day saint ye no kwapo ya sorry latter day saint ono ni vote ye baako wa wote ya ofudisika so vote ye baako. It doesn't mean say se meme MPP ni na metisa bonte no bi se yesi esedin ketia ni ofa aseni na me kwa campaign na me hu esedin ketia ofa ase ba me campaign nje na onu mpo bi oye NDC card bearer member. I still have to talk to the person and seek to convince him why MPP better managers into wo join MPP na wo bam wia maka se wo twia wo ye hoho na mpese me chene sei be chi wajimi ana say me ye corn man as my dada no say me yes say me hianem wa kakra o man maji to me na meji to me wie say de what na crocodile so na would na twan so wie say power so first one nopo sanity ma ye hu nkofo as outsiders. In fact if you ask mpo in terms of development the whole world baby ankofo countries ni develop bebre ni na most often than not any time yahoho ni develop kro no catch us meboa
very true
yahoho
omo ani bribi
na ya no Ghana so dey ka say investors me patcho say investors ya mu ya yokofo anasa asonafo na chani e ka foreign direct investment e say ye hia say e kofo kakra bi sipa ne ho akire e ya no omisa no mu ya ekon na fo
ye said that to kwan ko yes omo
of course and they me no ka say KKD yes ya appointing as ambassadors de Caribbeans Caribbeans obejina ni o o penije ne sada kwa Caribbeans oh eti say yes ana e mante ne mabawa na mo party no ma say na e wa hoden se omkwalitary posters enko fruit dua enko ese enfro ka enko campaign na ema campaign ye dema wo mo because okoka chi
you so ya dachi bi no crowd one shot you recognize it
apart for dachi bi no nipa na wo be share na bontin no say virtual Ghana nyina ya cosmopolitan area cosmopolitan country sisi ya highway opa ye nyina bontin ha na ye nsia enipa 5 hwe ene kwa na no pass bc oh 20 years ago me born and bred Kumasi ni 20 years ago na edding say obehia obi wo baabi na woni ne kasa na koye brofo kasa. It doesn't mean any brofo yet brofo but then me ba me chia obi a me chia good morning yeah me ka twi a abante the brofo na eto ame so afana me hwe the nim say me ka brofo and no and today eti bi sesa and chromate mi so pa ye mpanyin anim ya na ema nipa 5 emetwam 5 pe obo ho Asante fo ebom obo so obeka Asante kronkron a kire babu sampa so ofrimfa obeti bi so ofri enti ye nyai sa ne ma hoho na senisen emwa enkire eye primitive thinking emwa party mpuntu de bi be so no na maybe so a sa asori semoni ade no ehu hia ba party no enya Roman fo ne ko yi leader enya Roman fo enya Methodist fo ne ko yi leader na emum no political party wo ideology ya also hia wo bia we visionary bit ma drive that ideology no to a certain level ye no ni hia enya asori awoko enya ne elder wo ye Wajase anase won kwa asori and they arguably the greatest city in the world say New York yeah New York ni nipa kro no do wabe win na nsen what if say mpo
34 I think it's 34 yeah
uni 40 mpo what's every what you Muslim
yeah
what by the time wonya yes and American citizenship I think about 7 years ago and when you're American citizenship as New York one mayor house is saying and back one in a contest on a former mayor Kumo or a very popular person why are
your roots
yes
our roots
one cannot form but New Yorkers need to say sa brand you know he mirrors the aspirations jomo peno omu sa brand bit me am mosaka it is adding ye enfema ye hwe track record na say ye woni obo basa woni criminal records bia they don't care about asora woko say keka asora woko dia nko nwini because Muslims are not in the majority in New York
yeah
e ko nwini eti no sa asora ye ko ne adade say ka ne sa ade a ene ka je say ye say Pentecost for some na doors according to report ba mu ene Methodist for any hu
Pentecost for some na doors
Pentecost for some na doors almost some numbers ene ka go for Pentecost ni prekwan say because e ba asori no mu kura mpo na ya sa chichim
yeah
enkabosum so ya sa chichemu etu ene chew say ehun hia we only need a leader do betimam akire se wo ye MPP ni na nema wo ka no MPP se ni adwentie ehun hia enye na asori awoko enye bebe wo free minua chieftaincy disputes wo Ghana enye asenketo wo na obi say Dr. Bawumia eye efeni say mampusi ni ena mampusi fo ni kusase fo nyantokwa mampusi fo ni kusase fo nyantokwa nti Dr. Bawumia nti me president minua minim ya wuwen na wati say kwawu chieftaincy dispute be a mountains another last 2 years na the last year antibi ya na me say antibi
Debbie
but ebi bai ebi abananse ya wo hwe pictures ni ayi na ya and into because you and ya won so a wo fe na say wo zu free kwawu a and the chieftaincy dispute ho it was we any say to abama man pusifo ene kusasifo a omo Ghana voter register no omo yedodo wosen na ho ne kacha wo say entoko omo kunti man pusi ni nto na ba ema kusasi ni nto na ba MPP in fact esro ne de enam se sa nto holo mu fire ya holo mo te nto kwa den na ba so nti no kusasifo anto aba ma NDC NDC man pusi so anto however ye wo kusasifo e wa MPP mu a na na kufa kwa mu ministerial positions what I say say hanan we kusasi ni in fact honorable Fatima Abubakar we kusasi ni o one na Akufo-Addo ne kasama force say we former information minister we support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia adwuma so ye bia de ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no wo ye enne wo da so ye won ka se we kusasi ni na Dr. Bawumia mampusi ni eno nti no won to na ba ema no saade no mesibinua ye mfanto nchen Ghana few places na chieftaincy issues ni ho few places baby bebre wo hene na se hwe ekropon na se mbechu odwura kwae wo hema asoretia even though no wo hema no yes obo chese woni sa mandate no wo hema asoretia ensema akoso wo Ghana ye chieftaincy yi no ye manen so ho enye no be determine who becomes the president or flag bearer of the party. Just believe in the person, package the person, support the person genuinely. Udinachi dinachi say o bom pesa da wo ye bia no be wini ba manya udinachi o bom pesa ko feli na next time maba 2024 elections sad ni because me dinachi as me bom pesa wonwe na me maba but ya na control for be ya na machi na wacho no 9 no 10 o so much was almost no 9 no 10
what your kwencha
sanity.
But go on. With a year Dr. Bawumia and the Arabia, Mimbisa, once one want to say, and I say, you won't say, AB or Dona, who deserves a so, the man another chance. The detractors to be Edam normal Ekika and on no crown eye, or so economic messiah no buy the chess economy no crowd, yan shedda a wound ye aircrow. Or boy Casasam, Dana, Obeka Ediatro, what can a year religious a ATF with economic and I buy cry who shade it. Then I'll catch us half.
You see, you can't begrudge them much, but Ubia were well exposed. Somebody who should know better. Now, who you should have didn't detail about me, yen the money hard, because I'm a money did be in Nim City City. Ubana Jenny so yes, will be a head of economic management team. And untino economy bibia shanasi sanity ana. Eti me bacho. Is somebody telling me say friend is saying President Mahama uni EMT Obi adena economic figures here ebe ya virtually be a kamano. I don't know what this Makasa to force finance minister.
That's what is forcing.
Now I don't yanka say omu yem tinai. Yeah, is a finance minister. A positive as a finance minister. Negative is a finance minister. A bonus so I say as a governor. Don't lay ever for me. What's a governor what they were fans? And it is a Dr. Bawumia quad they were octopus. Dr. Bawumia governor. Dr. Bawumia finance minister. Dr. Bawumia agri minister, we trade minister, we BBR. But I think that Dr. Bawumia should take all those things in his stride. Say e be chere say nko fu wogidi woni musi bi bitima na mabibri. EMT no finance in Shanasi. Ministers no ma omo minister omo na so mo explain. Oh say there yakọ EMT yi. In fact, EMT no advisory body.
Advisory body, yeah, exactly.
Even cabinet Krompo advisory body to the president. Even cabinet na constitution they can say there should be a cabinet with so numbers no. Like advisory body to the president. Cabinet cannot dictate to the president. Yeah. Constitution mandate de ma vice president. First day back up. Yeah, kwasa je finish. First they say chairman of a police council. But do you remember say a banner person for one not for president. No vice president, I police council. No, this do section be am.
And you do it.
Okay, yeah, mo hwe say I tell for hwe. But
that time that's say you know.
What I see. Enti the president ka say ye no. Na why? What you be ba? What the to catch a president. President dey hwe na ebi etonasum no ojiri se obeya obeteka se wo na koye obeteka so kisa de fama be se no wonye ye no mpo no wo credit na wo beje kura mpo no wontimi nyina ma obo because president ama okwanya enka wanye president ama okwanya enka wanye na e-levy ba minimum obi obetima kana bonten say Dr. Bawumia no support e-levy but won't ma bonten say we part of the government emegina bonten to bonko park so park no so gina so bi onti meye eto bia no bi aka na ne se na wo mpede ene adan na e friend say adan wa
which is not possible
bema ayi ni chop money obegina ko di fufu eso da ne yire ne maso obi omukondo banku obedi ni saa aje se bema we dictator aje se bema na woni mu nyansa saa na once the one ne yire ne masa we ne pa na o se chinchira me na mayi mi chop money ntino mo ma banku ni ye fa se fufu ni abankwan this a bema enti eneme bo hono ma when you are part of the collective na unti megina wabonten say we na mempe na ma resign we na mempe na ma president and as a president so President Mahama unya 57% yani aya nto aba ma no is not our president ya free Ghana I just say bia adibia wuti se be very very inimical okay in the interest of nation ade we die
a ball
man ade we die a crime this is we pa die it to the bia it do that level ultimate but e-levy even though na so na ha adwen die but na ye ati wo behwe no kwapo no na ye ati na bi na ye lesser evil kakra da beba na ye duru na bi na ye hia just be a course no buza se ke de ko 1% a kaga na for kian reject what I see it is fundamentally no na ka e-levy no ibe na kakofo eni hu eyi kese but ni na so ye de ba about the communication around it. Let me busa say, what are there ba? We say 1.75 million, 1.75 crowd up for Ken University. The catch will be say, oh man, 100 cities and 1,000 cities. Uncalculated 1.75% on it. Ne you free, won't probably. It because it's hard the technical knockout. It more fun started one. Yende ka the calculation ne kura mpone ke beye ka etika ye kwa ye tiase no na ka eku nani na VAT start say VAT na di kumi preko ba you kumi preko demonstration bad I think say 12.5% as I say and even I think 15 or so me sha ayi no and no mo kun hu koku ba kom na ku fa mo yes preko bo betazan and no mo tisi abontin say kumi preko omo ye ya no asebe de siye Rollins aban wan to VAT anwu what so and they you say ya ho say said the VAT started no say rate and no so that na almost 100% increment see it
kakra
you complaining and obi to VAT won complain is fair because we are used to it now it is say trouble kakra edu baby then finance minister first kedu frata na adeni nkoye communication na nkoye ntino metisi bi ho so okoko foridua say okochichirim kofodu no so akoyen so akotena hotel hotel ya kubodwa ya che say ye be chichirim emfa by the time we free home bra no na wasa akoshen kofokuru abufu eti ene mani bo hono ma won ye say enna say economy na nkoya wo de say Dr. Bawumia no omunyai because they are not being fair to the facts yes aneti Dr. Bawumia do betima ye obeye na finance nsa don't forget say na emu ho Dr. Addison I can say be say so percent ko de dollar no eba 8 cedis a ko de beba so okay
and no 10 cedis okay 8 cedis
and it did it was true e ko betimi dia ba
ebedi akira ba
but next time MP be ba mu no so betimi da ba 6 a omo family 6 hwe omo de ba 6 a ewiase nhye Amagedon emma yenkum obi ba o mane ntete mpansam
I don't that NDC here
eno ne nei NDC yes say no o ma wo sid no lagatin what ateda unim kubu
oh
ate no atede no honya de no bad boys no tutokro ho no o mo de yibinom de asisem de na tie anwea no mo de asisem alo mo asili na atede mo ayedu it will disi apalo so a atebia bebeka ni bia obeto fom ya hye duru ya won empani what you say but eventually ye bechew na emom no Ghana need ye odwe ne Ghanaian one odwe ne wo the Ghanaian voters think about today MPP we think about tomorrow but yenya dey be fan real politics yenya dey be fan real politics say MPP yantie sad the mean of real politics ni yantie asia ye benya problem real politics ni say enema wugidi say eye papa yes ka wo ye pa no eto bia ese wo jagu kakra. That's the meaning of real politics. In fact, even ethics and never born my ethically no eka wunye. But real politics will tell you say no. So law standards na kakra na wo ye. Anya sa ubenya problem. Eto de bia I see mama typical example of real politics say ya wo free movement. Nigeria ni betimi aba, Burkina Faso betimi aba, Mali ni betimi aba. Ba ye to no musisi na oyankofo yi ba omo be wia niema ombo mu ku yankofo omu yese ya one day we have to stand up and say despite the existence of all ECOWAS protocols adi we yempeni. That's real politics. Yeah obeka so ECOWAS become by sanctions but forget about the sanctions. Yes we are doing the interest of your citizens. That's real politics. And the Addison as one kind you should have done that. Sieba
Ghana because no the consequences no
consequences you better you refuse them.
Every another who's a challenge.
Me say and I'm telling you say in politics yeah numbers near here 2 million here there I say use real politics because MPP adwen no e adwen pa ba wo manu mudi say aka na mo adwen pa na and this adido mu ye bia e real politics Catholic Bishop Conference for catch say o mu share President Mahama e wo galamsey hu o mu catch President Mahama say yensu say yasase say yensu ye forest say o mu so mu catch President Mahama de o kan say wo hia sika. Can any MPP leader say this to the Catholic Bishop Conference? No. MPP leader bia obey the MPP as president bia no one yes adwen na President Mahama adwen no but President Mahama kan no yetu no
na be on them
so why can't we also do the same? That's real politics. Going forward you know you see your ideology the intimacy sano but how we do politics must change as a political party. How we communicate must change as a political party. How we select people, how we appoint people must change as a political party. I just had a problem Tembia.
Mase, when you break a mention other matters,
yes.
In the course of the week, you know, be aircraft by aircraft soldier for the by stampede, you know, by Galamsey, so you see joint military the police patrol and now more equachiche for baby and I mean say Dr. Gideon Buako they release me but budget no Eddie I don't know. Hey, budget at all is forced.
Wait, question refer amalgamated question. Ko bibia wo mara wa.
Etebia o break no ebule we na.
Mamen ko soldier for no ko bo como e for bozepu hwidie mana
that okay that hwidie mo sa hwidie mo obko hafo eye kumase de no mo ekoye o manyade na ye hia no democracy e say catch mo say do mo ye no soldier for nti mechanism misplaced aggression misplaced aggression sa utifie na obi asoma akora say o mefa wade na uninu bakro no na akra na wakotu oni asiru akohwe no a na ni bakro hu na wacha na watwam omo ma mo kodi sanse hunu no ya mo bu sojafo no eye friend say galamsey nkoso hene Collins Dauda ene Ebeneza Kwakuado omo na ma sa de ne course e de sojafo no wa adwen wa hoden a omo koche sankofo no innocent souls asat enrich anopa na yese o match nipa 1050 edomo be gu cells kumase meni eyifo ni bi kasai omo say omo ho no a na yese munyi nkofo wengum 50 munyi nkofo wengum 100 munyi nkofo wengum 70 and one no mesri ye nyaade sa
eni pomo mo yes ado mo ye mienu galamse nkoso hene Collins Dauda eni Ebenezer Kwakuado omo na yeye omo gi atum se omo na man omo na because senka Ebenezer Kwakuado wa amfa nipa be 15 no anko police anko nine was follow ho a led by Kanabua so afoma anko a e kamrante na nko mo hye dem no efie no ho na ke don beba omle ko so sa de no it is a Ghana ban and if President Mahama President Mahama commander in chief of Ghana Armed Forces in the soldier for ko yeye e President Mahama na mo ko yeye wa sheda amoma ko butima mufuo President Mahama sheda wo e no soldier for mo ko hwe wo mo ya areho so far as see hu and this galamsey campaigns no ya hu for Joseph Yamin and this national organizer according to first Attorney General why galamsey Attorney General issue statement mi wobi was say estati or say here say and confirm na kana bonten and no more investigations and na national security for also ehwehwe that they to also say Joseph Yamin ye galamsey enti no report to Joseph Yamin e dey ma yoku for so monche no and the NDC Deputy National Vice Chairman Abanga Yakubu Yano so di ka ho. These are the kingpins and the two we abeka ho. So was a video ni bi koleza na video nu ngobi was na nano transformer no yes yes o jana nano moni mo no ka chena nano me Collins Dauda me na minimu se nkofo egalamse wo ha na nkania no almost so a man can now hold back from and me concrete then from a furniture energy minister Dr. Matupuku Prempe as a responsible energy minister o colleague MP ba wo say mikromu no ho epese in kanya no ho de no from one de na be se transformer ni bi ho ma o de be ma no and that's what Matupuku Prempe did it is Dr. Matupuku Prempe de ma wo adwen pa ne say ni
also transformer
ni krom be shi do mpesa ade no etije ko Collins Dauda kan o video no mu say wo agye ni nyina no mu say galamsefuo nti wo jiwie so se nananom me jiwie me say ko si bebe galamse nananom ma ye wiwi a obeda ka che me say me mpe galamse nkoso ya no ntira ya bon galamse nkoso hene no galamse nkoso hene Collins Dauda se soja fo ji so mo ho ode a o mo kwachi Collins Dauda o mo ho ode a o mo kwachi Ebenezer Kwakuado na maji akwakosie na soja fo nkunu asesen Ghana na asoma wo mo say yenkohwe sa nema wi na emrantie look soja mu no sa rank ro mo hodin sa colonel for mo hodin omo ya well trained omo hodin pa mo ya emrantie pa etu ogro ho a omo ya maji ko mbedi awu an ko mbedi awu but they be very professional and akosi wi President Mahama should be held responsible directly. Dia koso hono ya om yakobo om on one way say krumo 4 person mo blame obia they should blame President Mahama not the soldiers he sent them and they, yes he sent them commander in chief of Ghana Armed Forces and Ayamia
no
ade akoso Ghana ye di ebusani nhwamo Ghana ye di ebusani nhwamo say yatena ho modern day Ghana 21st century na ye pe soja fo a na America go fo nko soja Russia go fo nko soja ye hu we bi na ya man omunyina ba bego ba bia wiase adruin eti wo mu database se mu be use index number so se alphabetical order number yo se dien yo enipa 100 mbeti marketer for them ma edia ma frɛ wo she stampede yi enipa moroso ya nyenya aba obi hu bebia won fa run helter skelter ubewu me ya say enipa ekọ nsia kwose yense dom ommekoma o man Ghana na omawu na nyanwanwan so ema nsia eye den kura etumi ko ema nsia hu kakra ye kwanim mai sade ni nsi biem.
And I think, sir, but is it the interior minister say, oh, you better almost slots and now say, you know, ABI
almost a bino.
She said, you might trash that called November 17. I would say, and we have 4 billion. I did be no be a bit to me a compensate the loss.
obi ahwe ne baba o ebi wa ko university na ewi wa secondary school wa hwe no ama obedru say wa kra ne fie say me kwa aba afi me kwa aba no wati message a enye se ka akwanhia wogina line mu say ni se pinche aba wo eya yam ready never again and as adi we say CBM President Mahama so duabo. Where is the defense minister?
No, you need.
Che baby adri security of this country and to say 10 years ago mene obi anu wo ye in charge of security na na kufu at time edi nkomo bi waka chem Gordon wo hwe said ye Burkina Faso Mali etutrafo na aba begu holmo no ompeso mba Ghana na ayehu to the extent say wo mo ye omo head various security security heads and security institutions no wo Mali ni Burkina Faso ni ade no de Cote d'Ivoire no. Well, God, can you believe what she said here? Omo yerenum birthday kura na me wo. Nti duru birthday I just am wish some happy birthday. Adintra. For good neighborliness. Say be your meeting no makasa. Na so that we afraid defense minister will krum ho no we nya na won ne kasa o si masa ene ma ekosu no o ma ayonkofa kesi ba bedom muntem. But 10 years ago who needed this? But a bedru baby a Ghana security na yehu amayen eti afiye ni defense minister ha ukof up uka say finance minister or act as a defense minister how do we superhuman finance minister
on the workload that
no unto me no saka just once act as defense minister for about 3 months enye fair President Mahama should take the security of this country serious. Wa point will be it won't trust will be apart from Maneboama. One trust will be there be any a broso.
Member be prepare a war party.
Oh, there be a broso. Never be hold more bit in my year, 1 year in term. So that would say we in the year fully responsible. Because defense minister, deputy defense minister, or be a deputy position be an ultimate yes, it is a substantive minister. Because in fact, more swear crumple difference room.
Okay.
Substantive minister, why I was swear, to now was swear no, and new deputy difference room. It won't mean yes, the war, you know, and they said one deputy never Buja Jenfia. I gonna be Buja Jenfi, deputy defense minister. Aye, interesting. Buja Jenfi, deputy defense minister.
Yes, or a deputy defense minister.
Oh, the commander the for. You see, President Mahama, minimum was taking Ghana for. Buja Jenfi as deputy defense minister, or man at the forefront, but no defense.
Are they want to say are they?
Oh, man at the forefront, but no defense. Could you tell Black as foreign affairs minister, common at the forefront? Common at the forefront, any day, anytime, man at the forefront. But lying minister is a liar like could you tell Black? Now, money here foreign affairs minister. Eti any foreign affairs ministry na Victor Behoye minister no.
Yeah.
Eti Victor Beho position wo die no. Eno na Black wa die.
Debi.
Eti ha
ko sa Black wa die.
Debi mi.
Black wa bom.
Ya lower die no. In fact, it would be a university. It takes a lowering standards. Do be bia no aye bi. Ya lower standards no.
Mr. Black as foreign affairs.
Enfata. Message Victor Beho position occupy no. Na Black wa occupy. Nana adodanko kufu ado position ibini.
Shali.
Hana tete.
Ayoko boche dum.
One the meaning we issue ntimi money. Meaning we issue. Adia wo year of foreign affairs minister when she was the minister na ayo.
But si je
me twa so sa. Enti uti the make say enti we took the whole position no kutan enie. Nana kufu ado position no kutan enie. Hana tete. Position no kutan any and hana tete anywhere any day any time or represent Ghana this animunyam ewo ho ne kasa no kama ebu wom o me mana beti so na we wa hompo wa separation to betu minia Debbie
go on minia finally the annual budget no Eddie your take on the year end budget presentation by
unfortunately me say that money takesi e bia nwumre me say that nya time akai na kakra matia ne say we say e-levy. So much e-levy. Was e-levy no mutwa mu no. Enya nsunsanso bia ewo Ghana revenue generation. Obwa. obwa because umutwa yi levy mu no omo de nyamafoforo be si anan
yeah
aminu mesre wo we de mesre wo pa say woti hen wuntumi multimedia yetua wo ka ebia weekend wakwa ye MC bi obabi na wo so mo de kakra brew obi so kakra dia brew wo ba wie no bosome wo kika bom a this amount of money afa MC ni unya biem. How on earth can you tell me say sika unya no bosome bia no esonti MC kana eba
straight away eswat
MC ni unya biem na emumra fe de wo ye advert it is say no ehon ma wakwa ye ambassador brand ambassador bi it is kind of babishim. So don't lie to us say sa MC adwuma na wugya ye no usika ne so ante eso ti na emom no adefofra babishim adefofra babishim me pacho mame ti ade ba ko bishemu a ehu otofu wela otofu 1 liter 1 cedi ne daso me pacho omo ma ne yetua sa ade no 84 liters yeah 1 gallon no utwa 4 cedis 50 pesos eso chen your face revenue akebenya free 11 more than 10 times. What is he telling us? He's a liar. Obwa etima make say 11 no look but about me aka so bo betwa 11 mu so what kind but it doesn't mean say a call for people from Bisham. He was talking about other means of generating revenue. Etika say oh 11 na me ye no ye twam na mum other sources of generating revenue and these are the sources. No waka now beka say affecting na wo because 11 kwans kana edemaye no wo hwe revenue kwan se bia GDP na look ye no kwa about 2% eti ekieni keti min try workers in poker but he say 1 gallon bia 4 cedi 50 pesos. That is where he is finding solace. It one kind of crunch saying big push almost saying
big push or say or the
24-hour economy. And then what they say? What can I say?
110 million cedis. No, they question
110 million cedis. Omuwa say, omu here $4 billion. Almost omu here $4 billion. And the idea, first say 24-hour economy. Women 110 million Ghana cedis. What the bad dollars may say? Omu could this cano because en kashi en kahu. Won't moreover, Minia 24-hour economy a phantom.
Yeah.
A phantom. Because a phantom a year. Some might be. 24-hour economy that's so ho. E wa Ghana da. But our sectors be me free commercial cheti me nim sisi ase me commercial najo e bia 11 pm na me type ya me nim bebe mako pompino. But enkramete no anaju 1 am 2 am me type ya na se me kwaya minimum babe 7 places for organizers.
Oh yeah, I have eba towards say bia minimum for eba opoku are hodum be ne sa stretch those will be yen
and America no etubenya. So that is 24-hour economy. What are they telling us? Share the most comprehensive document on 24-hour economy in the world is Sydney. Not the whole of Australia. Sydney as a city. Not the whole of Australia. Sydney as a city. And number some year BBFN 24-hour economy. Say biya buses between ebe say say. In fact, the most busiest center we are Times Square. New York. Okay. Nyamencha de makohoda. But oko Times Square. Boy 11 p.m. now kwa. And then ma wu na kitu ebi. Business e wo kitu ebi. En sanwie. E movie hwe. Asa wo bra. Aduane ton. Busa won say Times Square. Banks e wo honum a ewia na wo honum no. Edwuma ye adwuma na. Enya adwuma. Boutique just na of body no just okobo dan ho. This what the ATM. Boutiques akese a what Times Square ho no. We say you mu ye adwuma. Omu ye adwuma. In fact, food centers be break krampo no anajomo pon. Me me matena Koyuki na kwahwe omo shopping mall. The biggest shopping mall in Europe, Westfield Mall. Kone kwahwe omo pon 9:30 p.m. The biggest shopping mall in Europe, UK 9:30 na jono mapon. Makoba bia makofa train. Me no bi chese. Was say yanka ye ho a that train no last train no around 11:45. Last train it yanka ye ho yankofro. Ye dimika what dia you do hold man just a minute na di na ebe pon ne kofo dimika. That was the last train in the UK cross central London. So they should
enye bibia na
24-hour economy. But unfortunately me ka asabele se de kan mo amoya world in adwuma enti no mamu nya adwuma wi anya nopa and the boga for musida wo Ghana enye ngrom ni sidan no new site enti boga na ba was migate mbesa mo kohwe de city a what does matter me da me hwa nkrom me adwuma najo enti abo najo be 9:30 a hia me wo kotwe achi ho baabi na yanko wa ka abeko
pa go twauti
first question for su was say 24-hour economy and one say you bet on watch anajo and then I was never there was a best stimulate. How do you stimulate the consumption of watching late in the night? It's on what I say anajo 1 a.m. with the whole man no be down window achi watch with the mekones you will any woman will emre macaroni womo and now why and we allow them to run away with murder. You're not now one more the MPP car say yentu about 31st yentu lentemuno nyakopon be koso ehira wo mo because I was here to sa bani wie tentem na pinche ni free party na bibia amra fom na ye kasa in unison since when and MPP for team ka say we kasa na emiam o kasa na achew etie kwa demonstration etia abuse near quiet demonstration na MPP for age bonting ADD atem say omonti access here co demonstrate that we have no moral right MPP for all because presidential primacy but e betwem eti NDC for the budget no omaye matters also ba be new expressway unu be befa is be work forward down kra nia de ade ekenya hwe ye be new expressway na bit my yen in tamodia me can me don't have an issue but then na kufu ado status wo ye na say me ba kumase me ba enyina mu side ho ba bi na traffic na bo ape so no bi my say ye fa bomu kwan bi ye ko fa ho no na kufu ade na wa ye no sa bypass no ene ye fa so wan ni bi PhD ye nye sa kwan no sika ya akofom ho no say ye jai sa adwuma no to hol ma nagopo bebu side aje expressway no se ebe ya no problem but omunwe we so joma ma anye expressway a entia ne hwe after legacy be no obeja onu na adwe ne se Ghana for the 4 years it oba betwa ne 4 years we o me say the term we term no end because nyame adwa next year no internal yina bebo mum no ano odin esediketi amane hama so julaza bra su kutane krante enya senketwa now John Mahama is looking at Tato Forsen so obe support na na so ni nyina wo no ma jane dadwin eti ne babia wo peaceful man so be operate this year next year eti ne media MPP for me enke humum budget and no person mate say minority for a press conference ebia from maybe send the feedback to their corner and they don't on bet kakra but big push kusi saying was over my America am at bank skase no mo de buy agenda 111 na kufu ado de buy more than 120 factories in operation o buy for me in modern day history Ghana that may be one of the most audacious policies ever. John Mahama was we trust one yet. Ghana ni front man can once more. So we busy police on my factories. Now will be present be buyer was yen biem. Na Ghana for you what the replace ya was what den go kwanketenkete na saa go kwanketenkete no what we ya akokɔ watu nkoso na ne wadi waya na why kumari just say
yeah the 245 million cities and the question konkete project
enkosi aga ade obetima ya Ghana betimenya impact ebetenya impact of Ghana opa select ebia 5 poultry farms in each region Ashanti region yenim wo ye poultry farms omu hia emwa yebetam ebiom capacity num omu wasase ene adade physical cost all pass select 5 per region na chese scan ma wo mo ene benya so impact o now bring me nkokɔ 5 abra me nkokɔ 5 zibemo check we nekete na omu ya me kɔtoma na se me ye den na se ko na me buas ade na se nkokɔ yi first no na wo kwa ba ko ofia na obi anya biwi o se ye ko ba ko ofia enso obi a e ba so ko mienu oh it is that you see that enkoko nketekete policy no a retrogression. I am telling you a little minds, a little thinking say enkoko nketekete ni ama 5 10 say wo yan he na ama akoko buo kitu ebi say kraman cage na esim fichiri wo wi awo kotoma na say wo yan dey and they are making projection say by next year by 2028 no na enkoko ayewe no Ghana no it should be about 70% of total consumption enya achievable with this policy of enkoko getengeti na so be launch ba kon ewo Accra Hacho side ho na so to me farms away poultry farm way poultry farm fia bi o me waka me fa ko poultry farm fia bi na president Mahama nsuo to na wa fa nsuo mu na chinesine so abe poultry farm fia bi wo se kokɔ ketengete kwa asa yam se ne adade de omo ye wo ho pesika no farmer with a 5 per region monitor wo mo ma veterinary debendebe no mo nkɔ no mo na omo nye books no kama ni ye hwe schools no ba kwa manage ho ne local rice no omaka ba se ni beye admentias ye se ye dua emo wo man Ghana mu na ye school feeding program na ye to foreign rice in the feeding kwara no ye na mentias ye da warehouse bebre silos ye ego bebre emo a ye dua no Ghana unless say entimi meet demand.
Okay.
You have to ask the question of demand. In fact, you have to ask the question of demand. It will be about and the moon is saying go for one monto, but you can't see a ton so I never say the big ato. You call a send off. Now you call or about you do hormone. Or about you do I hope where is for to be as an answer. No to be as you are to be as I know to be as do hormone. No more tone, local rice ni be hormone. You feel make us a pebiato. Almost so you want to show massy. Now, because I see it is you can't meet demand. Yeah, but Tom also I just advance notice. I just say, and then yes. When we say no, I say I go for jasmine rice or Ghana. I'm for free a yiba. Men come go back, me go back. More be Dianwa. Ababe look at rice. It's in a yen yenya hu ye say be aso hu ne kama ye from school for ye from hospitals they no there e was a ban no e make conscious effort say local rice ye bidi
mate golden asari bedia ko
ai
me ye beda wase papa na ebi abema kwasi abema na ye kakra bi na ya bono tofa ai because kwasi a minute or two yeah, Obeka chere Ghana for na
na me mo god na baso onu anti na me bae we call a program to me for ya me
and out is on fire
oh when is man fire
when I saw was said
we are friendly yes yeah
that's a brand devil no Developmental mabas mon koso
mate but no me say me wako when you 1 minute just a minute of chief justice there no and the bruhaha e course wo branch me fear just a minute
chief justice Bafubon we mobo Oye mobo. In fact, obedi company wouldn't even more than 1 year.
Yeah.
No retirement. Minim have the conscience be no. Say your friend is ometenasi. Now but obe empanan kwofo ni be dia semwa. I don't know how he's going to feel. I'm not sure he's going to feel that comfortable. Say this is the first time. Yeah, Chief Justice. Kafra, Chief Justice. Yeah, to no swaba ababe majority decision. Now you say minor parliament ni na no en support to. E ho ne ha me. Ka Chief Justice die eko eba ko bie die Chief do benya say disagreement bi beba even part of law kra no agree yiba. But when I call yes I say bibinti MPP for yan to aban and me support the position of MPP. I don't think for me yet on principle it's not tidy. His nomination and approval is not tidy. And you know President Mahama and Woye. President Mahama no aboli timo po opposition. So oba obey Chief Justice ready. It ready na emfa no do be bia na Justice Tokono. Enipa edana mehwe veti no. Me se dipa ekobra. Do bo onwom no. Wo kan asem no pa. Se mehwe TV na mehwe Justice Bafo Boni wote ho na nipa bi omwo na chemu nyes briko judges na mehwe Justice Tokono wo call oye Chief Justice no okoto mpanifo bi ho and she thought say wabetum wo adwuma mu wono mu ye adwuma bibie ne o consult wo mo